This is Friends from New York in Conversation. Real New York stories told by the people who carry the city wherever they go.
What up, y'all? DJ Statik Selektah, the show off. We here. My good friend Heidi, Friends from New York. Got my brother Termanology with me.
Yes, sir. We in here.
Let's go. I'm excited for this because, being from Boston originally, a lot of shit talking will go down, but I love New York. It's the greatest city in the world.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. You guys did it right, though. You did it like we were just talking about. The guy on your fucking shoulder. You transitioned well. I want to talk about a little bit about growing up. Like, who showed you hip hop? Who took you, like, where'd you
Not gonna
hear?
lie, it's a corny ass answer, but it's the truth because I don't front about it. Besides, like, my cousin showed me LL when I was like probably 5, 6 years old. But besides that, MTV Raps, kind of like put me on to everything for real. Because I was, I'm like 8, 9 years old, learning about Tribe and De La and Gangstar and Wu-Tang. Not Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang came out when I was like 12, 11. But, I learned about it through MTV.
Right.
So.
Cute.
Yeah.
And what about DJing? Where did you hear or heard? Or
That's
like,
a little different.
What is that? Yeah.
So I was like heavy into, the groups I just said, but I came to so I used to come to New York a lot.
Nice.
A lot of my family's from Jersey. Like a couple of my cousins lived in the city, and I used to come down here as a child, like literally dolo on the bus and hang out with my cousins in the 90s. So like, anyway, it was 1995, Thanksgiving. I'm at my aunt's house, and my older cousin Billy's like, yo, like, you listen to Hot 97? I'm like, I want to. So he's like, yo, come here. We're in the living room. He puts some old school headphones. I'm sitting there in front of this like old school, like 70s radio. And they're like, Hot 97, Thanksgiving with DJ Premier. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like Premier, like, I'm already a fan.
Okay.
But I never heard him live on the radio. He
Right.
wasn't even really live. Once in a while, he would be on like BLS, but he wasn't. I think it was one of the first times he ever DJed on Hot 97. But I'm hearing it live, and it was like in that moment, I was like, nah, this is what I want to do in my life.
Wow.
And that was exactly 30 years ago.
Wow. And he's like the king of it, I feel like, because he's doing everything you do,
Because
right? Like
he's playing the records he produced.
Beats, right,
he's
exactly.
making the songs and then cutting them up in a way.
Right.
Because it's one thing to hear like Funk Flex or Kid Capri or one of these guys.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. But to hear Primo do what he does with the records he just made that aren't even out yet, like exclusives, and hearing that as a child is like, it just hit me a certain way. And it was never a moment since that moment in my life that I was like, maybe I need a plan B.
Right.
It was like, this is what I'm doing in my life.
Holy shit. Amazing. I love that. That's like just the light bulb, and
Yeah.
And so what did you do? You back in the day, we're older cats. Where are you getting music? Where are you going? There's stores back then. Things were harder to come by. So how did you grab music?
And I stole my father's record player, put it in my room, went to Strawberries and bought, a group home and whatever 12-inch singles I could buy. Like at this time, I'm 13 years old, but I'm already working. Back then it was different. Like we started working at like 11, 12 years old. And I would just, every cent I made for free, really, well, now I buy a lot of like ignorant shit, but back, like literally back then, all I did was spend money on records and equipment. And,
equipment. Talk to me about that. What was that? What was the first piece of equipment you bought? Because I know you're from the mixtape world too. Yeah. So what would kids do? You'd buy this music, you listen to this music, you're obsessed with this music, and then what? How do you parlay that?
Someone recently told me, and this is funny because someone said, yo, remember the back of this Source? They used to sell equipment. They're like, who actually bought that? Me, motherfucker. I bought the shit. I went in the back of the Source and I ordered 2 Gemini BD10 turntables and the Jazzy Jeff mixer. It was $300 for the whole package.
Oh my God. And then what the hell do you do with it?
It came in these boxes and I set it up. And know what I used to do? And I did this before I even had turntables. I used to sit there all night and pretend I was on the radio.
Cute.
I'd literally sit there and be like, all right, next up we got
That's fire.
Common Sense with Resurrection. Or we got this and this. And I'd sit there and play it. And 1 year later, I was 14 years old. I was on the radio. I've been on the radio now since 30 years.
Holy shit. That's how
crazy.
it starts.
I used to just sit there in front, and then it became a reality 1 year later.
Oh my God. And so, and how did that happen? Who gave you your first break? How did you fucking hit the fucking radio? How does that happen?
Rest in peace, John Forte. He was going to Phillips Academy.
Yes, I remember. I used to roll around the city with John Forte, and I had a best friend at Exeter as well.
So I didn't go to Exeter.
Okay.
I grew up, so I was born in a city called Lawrence, Massachusetts. I lived in Methuen. My parents got divorced, and my dad worked in Exeter.
Interesting.
So he was like, I'm moving to Exeter. And my mom's like, I'm going to follow you just so you can be with your son more.
Right. Nice.
And I end up living in the town, right? It's a middle-class town in New Hampshire, like an hour from Boston.
Right.
And Phillips Academy is there. Now, if you don't know what that is, for the people that don't know what it is, it's a prestige. In the 90s, it was $50,000 a year for high school.
Exactly.
For high school.
I know.
John Forte went there. He got a scholarship. Mark Zuckerberg went there. Anyone that goes there automatically ends up at Harvard or Yale. So I went to school in the town at the local high school.
Wow.
They had to give 4 people every semester a show on Phillips as like a giving back to the community thing.
Wow.
So when I learned that, I was like, oh, I'm on it. You had to write an essay. And I wrote an essay and I got it for every time I tried, I got it. And I ended up reporting to like CMJ and Gavin. And I started getting records at my house because I lied and said that was the radio station address. So like by the time I was in like junior year of high school, I was getting 30 records a day in the mail.
Holy cow, that is so sick.
Yeah.
And so, but you met Forte at...
Nah, he was a little bit older than me. So he like...
Yeah, he's my age.
I think he graduated when I was maybe a sophomore.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But,
he was a fish out of water there.
Oh, it was huge though.
Like,
because
that was like...
It was huge because think about it. So
culture.
Staying Alive came out. I was probably 15, 16. I'm on the radio there. And he already obviously left and he's with the Fugees. And I'm like, this dude really went to school here? I didn't understand it.
Wow.
Because I thought he's from Jersey because Fugees, he's from Brooklyn though.
Yeah.
So all that, like, that was just bananas because he was like kind of the first glimpse I got of
Let Me Go.
Of, being in the reality of even touching, the chance of making it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, to me, it was never about making it. It was like, I just want to do this shit and get props and be dope.
Sick. Yeah,
and at the same time, like I would hear, I know you mentioned Clark off the air. Clark Kent was like a huge inspiration to me, but he was on ERS once in a while, Emerson College, where I ended up DJing later. Another school that I did not go to, but I DJ'd at all the time.
Yeah, great radio station. Great radio there. Yeah.
I mean, Wendy Williams was on there. All kinds of people were on there. And Clark was like a huge influence because his DJ skills were out of this world, but his beats, he wasn't known to like do a million beats, but every beat you know from is like flawless. Like
for sure.
The quality, he's the definition of quality over quantity.
Right.
Like he literally was that ill. So he was an early influence to me as well.
And how does one go from that, as a novice myself, just talking to mad DJs and stuff, like the difference between DJing and producing, making beats, where does that
There's a lot of great producers that aren't good DJs, and there's a lot of great DJs that ain't good producers. So when you can balance that out, which is why Primo's the god, why Clark is the man,
right?
Why we could go on.
So then, did you stay DJing for a long time, and then realize
DJing's
one day that you wanted
to?
First love. It is okay. So going from that, when did you realize, like, I can also make beats, or how did that?
I always did. I just wasn't good until way later. Like, not for nothing, Term used to come over and be like, "Yo, like, the beat sucks," and I'd be like, "All right, cool, but check this out."
That's what friends are for.
And now he'd be like, "That beat sucks too." I'd be like, "All right, well, watch this," and I'd go, and it pushed me to. But I always like knew when the shit was mid. It was just like, I'm trying to do this, and finally I found my groove.
Yeah, I mean that's
at the right time.
Yeah,
it was out of love though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I'll tell him.
And
he knows when I don't like the shit. He'll make 100 records. I'll like 80 of them. The other 20, I'll be like, T, that's not it.
That ain't it. But I'll say this, like, to his, I know Statik since we were 16, and how we met is like we met at a party, but when he came over, I had turntables, I had a keyboard, I was collecting records, so that's why we immediately clicked, because it was like like he was saying, like we bought equipment early.
Right.
Like
You're passionate about the same shit.
All we cared about.
We really wanted
Nice.
to be a part of hip hop. We loved it so much.
Oh my
and
God.
And Statik was just always like that, yo.
So
ever since we met.
So
Like,
so was it just always known you were going to come to New York? Like what? How did
Yeah,
that
and
happen?
then
Where? Like why?
I had
what
like
just
a
happened?
girlfriend in
You
high
just
school
outgrew?
the last year, and in my mind I was like, I'm gonna go to so I lived right outside Boston, and I was like, I'm gonna go to Boston and go to college
Sure.
to kind of be close to like whether it was her or my friends or whatever. And I moved to Boston. You know, I love my history there. I interned at Hot 97 there. I eventually became a DJ at Hot 97 there.
Wow.
I worked for all kinds of marketing companies. I started a marketing company. I ended up like I did my rounds. I did everything you could possibly do there.
Right.
But in my mind at all times, I was like, I'm moving to New York. I just got to like figure out when to pull the trigger.
Okay.
And I remember when I finally did it, everyone around me was kind of like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm out. And I didn't even, I only told a couple people, but when I actually moved, I remember shout out to Chubby Chub, who, you know, he's from New York. He moved to Boston.
Yeah.
He was the biggest DJ out there for a long time. He was on Hot 97 every day. And he went on tour with Khalees. And he was like, you're going to fill in for me like every day of the week, 6 days a week. I was on the radio filling in for him.
Wow.
And he got off tour. And I knew it was going to happen. He got off tour and I was like, well, now I got to like try to find when I could be on the radio. So without even telling anyone, I just like moved to New York. But I still would fill in for him once in a while. I'd drive back, you know, 4-hour drive to go do an hour on the radio to fill in for him. And one day he called me. He's like, bro, did you move to New York? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you didn't talk. Like, he was like, you didn't ask if you do that. He said some shit like that. And, you know, I'm a kid. I'm like 21. I'm like, bro, this is what I'm like. This is my path.
Yeah.
And within probably 6 months of living here, Shade 45 opened. This is like 2004. And Clinton Sparks, who I also was filling in for in Boston on the radio, he's like, yo, come by my show. So I started going by there, and within a couple months, he'd be like, yo, I'm going to like go do whatever for the last hour or 2 hours. And I'd start filling in for him.
Sick.
That's like another level to the shit, because now you're on, you know, in every car, like North America. Shade 45 is the biggest radio station for hip hop in the world.
Wow.
So now I'm like doing that every week.
Wow.
And fast forward a couple of years, when Clinton started doing more like dance music and shit, they were, you know, I got the call from Reef and Paul Rosenberg, and they were like, we're giving you the show. What are you going to call it? I was like, Show Off Radio.
Right?
So like that became, because, you know, everybody else on the station, we're talking Tony Touch, Who Kid, K Slay, rest in peace.
Primo back then.
Well, Primo's no shit for me.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, these are all like guys 20 years older than me.
Right.
But I was the youngest one to get a show there because of what I did on Clinton's show.
Right.
To this day, I'm still one of the youngest DJs on the show, which is a whole different conversation.
Sure.
Because it's sad, man. There's not like, I feel like the younger wave of kids and DJs now aren't into the same thing. And even if you listen to like a Hot 97 or Power 105, or, there's not really that many young kids that are like holding down the DJ thing. It's sad
right.
to me.
You've been there so long that
Yeah.
you're like the OG now, because
Yeah,
a lot of
right.
Not even though I'm still one of the youngest. That's the
Aw.
craziest
I mean, like,
Wow, that's
I
wild.
mean, like longest running show.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
Think about it.
I've been on it for 20
like
years.
Nems,
Wow.
Right? Like all the other guys,
But
they're
bro,
coming in now.
my point is like
been
there's
there for
no
a while.
younger generation really doing it. Like
Right. You're stuck
I'm
in the
thinking right
middle.
now, like who on any like shout out to. I don't want to leave nobody out. I'm talking about Shade 45 in particular.
Right.
But if you look at like radio here, you got I'm trying to think of people younger than me on the radio.
right.
Shout out to like DJ Sage, young,
Okay.
like she does her thing.
I love that. That's just she, even hotter.
Yeah, yeah. She's like young. I'm trying to think of like people that are
That are on
under
the
the
radio.
age of 40.
Like age,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
age.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well,
like,
respect. It takes a while, and obviously you fucking skipped mad steps and went straight to the top.
Yeah.
And what's
I mean,
it-
I didn't go straight to the top. It was
But-
you know how you see like the elevator go like this? My shit was like,
Well, interning at Hot 97 Boston 6
Right.
days a week is not skipping a step.
yeah, no
Oh,
doubt.
but
Exactly.
I was
know what I
getting
mean? That's-
coffee. I was
That's tough.
It's
I was literally going to, so I was at school at the time. I was going to AI in Mass Arts Institute. I would literally wake up at 6:30, get on a bus. Like, I would go from my crib to Roxbury, go to the radio station, do a couple hours, get on the bus, go across town to Brookline, go to school, do my classes for the day, get back on the bus and go back to the radio station.
Wow.
Then I go to the office where I was doing promo at the time. Then go to the club that night and like sleep 2 hours and do the same thing. Rewind every single day, repeat every day.
Wow.
Like there was no sleep. It was just like, let's go.
And that's before New York. That's
Yeah,
before
was in
exactly.
Boston.
Exactly.
So it's like,
and what's
this
the
is
difference
story.
between like DJing for the radio versus like did you want to go in the clubs?
Oh, I
Were
was
you
in the
like
clubs
yeah,
every
then
night.
like what was that like and where were you playing when you landed down here then? Like
So I was coming to New York
paint a little
the whole
bit of
time.
the New York scene.
I was doing the mixtape hustle, which, you know,
Oh, that's an
I'd get off
interesting
on Canal
game.
Street with 200 CDs.
Yeah.
And within 2 hours, be back on the Chinese bus, $10 bus, go back and forth. And I'd be back on the bus with an empty suitcase and do it on the reg. And it
So
was
where
hard.
were you bringing those mixtapes? Canal Street?
Yeah, because
You're
once
like
you got
one of
your
those
shit,
cats talking to people on the street?
all you had to do was get like 5 or 6
was
CDs on
before
Canal
that.
Street and it would get bootlegged. And you were on after that. But you had to have exclusives.
You give them to the stores back then. It wasn't hand
Right.
in hand like a person like
Yeah.
Times Square.
Like, so where
you
were
go
you
to the store
going?
and you say, here, take 5 of these, take 5
Burkina,
of these, take
Burkina
5
was a
of these.
big, like, if you had your shit in Burkina, you were official.
Where was that?
That was next to Cat's Deli.
Oh, sick. It was in Manhattan. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Burkina
sick.
was everything. If you were
Okay.
in Burkina, if you were in Amadou, I think that was 14th Street. The dude on there was Canal and Broadway. I mean, I know all this.
Wow.
Harlem Music Hut.
Yeah. Okay, right? Some uptown shit.
You had to be You had to be
Okay.
in the Coliseum.
Okay.
You had to be.
And so who was on the scene with you then? Who was in the
Beat
clubs?
Street.
Who was doing shit? Were you like who was like
I was Dolo.
you but so then
Dolo.
how did you get a club break? Like how did you
Oh no, I
work
didn't
in
get
clubs?
So I was DJing at the clubs in Boston. I moved to New York.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm cool with all the label guys because
Yeah,
I'm on the radio.
of course, right,
So
the
like, shout out
radio's
to
so
Puerto Rico
different.
Rob. Shout out to like James Cruz. Shout out to all these industry dudes I was cool with.
Right.
And I get here and I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm gonna DJ wherever.
Yeah.
Nope. Reality check. Nobody cares, kid. I got here. Nobody gave a fuck. And it took
Different
me months
hustle.
to get my
Different
first gig. My first gig,
Yeah, what's
living
your-
in New York, was
Yeah.
the roof of Exit, which is now Terminal 5. But do you remember the roof? There was a
Oh.
club on the roof, and I DJ'd there. I DJ'd from 9 p.m. to 4 in the morning for like $200. And this is vinyl, ain't no Serato. I had 4 crates of records with me that I brought up by myself, to the roof, and then I lived on the 5th floor in the Bronx.
Oh,
Shout out my man Doug. I stayed with him for the first couple months in New York.
wow.
So like
paying dues, man. Oh my
this
god.
shit, and I was like, oh, this ain't it. Like
Right.
I was happy to be DJ, and it was dead too. Nobody was even there.
Wow.
So you're up there, you're miserable. I mean, I was
So?
happy to be playing records in New York, but it's
Right.
like, there was nobody there.
So what was the hip hop scene like that when you were playing? What was happening on the circuit?
is like
or,
lean back
did you know
era
Bill
in the
Spector?
club.
Did you get Bill Spector to put you in on one of
I
your
don't think
parties?
he's ever booked me for anything. That's my man. That's
Yeah.
my man.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever booked me for one party.
Damn.
So the early promoters in New York that would book me, shout out to rest in peace, my man Graham Oliver,
Okay.
who he worked at Raucous and he lived right above Max Fish too. So like
Oh wow.
he would bring me over there. This is before
Wow.
I'm 21. This is when I was in Boston.
Wow.
He would bring me like to Max Fish. He would bring me to like all the spots on like Avenue A. I'm trying to remember half these
I got
places.
one. 21 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Chris, X Bar.
X Bar.
Shout my man Chris.
2005, he used to
You know
DJ.
Roma.
He used
Paul
to
Chris
DJ
from
the
the Bronx.
X Bar in 2005.
X Bar. That's
Okay.
Jimmy's Cafe in the
So
Bronx. But it
we
was like
were-
a
we
bootleg
were-
strip club.
We
though.
was in there in 2005, so that's over
Wow.
20 years ago. Shout out to Chris.
Right. Okay, cool.
Like that was solid. That was a solid.
That was
because
cool.
we're coming from Boston.
Yeah, I know.
That was 2007, but I'll let you
You
rock
know?
with
Okay,
the 2005.
2007. You know.
You know
still,
where I
that's
met Chris? I met
almost 20 years
when I
ago,
dropped my
you know?
first album, Spell My Name Right. He came
That's
up to me. He's
crazy.
like, yo, I want to book you in the Bronx. I was like, all right, whatever. I hear people say it all the time. And he booked me. And know it's crazy? What's the chick's name? All like the video chicks that blew up after, they all used to be bartenders there.
Uh-huh.
So like Amber Rose would be over there, Tahiri, all these girls would be over
Wow.
there. And I'd be way up in the sky DJing, looking down like, just happy to be there, man.
Right,
It was,
right.
We got
I
a
mean, it
bottle of
must be
Grey
very
Goose.
different.
We were
playing.
happy because we had a bottle of Grey Goose.
Yep.
You know, he
Right.
probably got a couple
So-
$100, but we
Right.
had a bottle of Grey Goose, and we were like,
It was
all right, we're
fun.
around some bad bitches. He's DJing. Like,
Right.
we're here. Like, we
Okay.
made it. We're in New York. Let's go.
Right.
And we were hyped too, because like, you know, he's the biggest Big Pun fan in the world, but Jimmy's Bronx Cafe is legendary. So
Right.
we were happy to be there. Like,
And it's 20
Yeah.
years ago. We're still just outsiders. We're moving to New York.
Sure.
Like,
but
yo,
that's the dream. That's the hustle. What the hustle
Get it
here is
poppin'.
different. You know what I mean? And so what's it like playing here, doing shit here versus other cities? When you go other places,
I mean,
like
New York's always tougher because people here see it every day, and nobody's really impressed here. That's the
I
thing.
see.
So like when you get a reaction here, it means you earned it. Because like everybody here is like, you know,
Spoiled.
you see celebrities on the reg. You see like it's part of everyday life here.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go somewhere else, and it's actually refreshing sometimes to leave because I'll go to another. I get mad love, and it's across the board. I appreciate it
Exactly.
all.
You
But
play
I'll literally
everywhere.
go to another city, and it will be like bananas.
Right.
Everybody waits after the show to talk to you, take photos and all that.
Right.
New York people will be like, they could be your biggest fan,
Right.
and they'll be like, I ain't taking no picture with him. Like it's just the attitude.
Yeah.
And I love
Totally.
it. I love
Clap
it.
in the front, feeling your set, but in the front like this.
Yeah, like
I had to get used to that when we moved to New York. Like people like you, they'll walk up to you
Right.
after and be like, "Great set," but they'll just do this the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
you
like
gotta
you know
keep
you
it
go
chill.
tour overseas and like
Yeah.
like over here they're like this, and then later you think like they weren't feeling it, and they're like, "Yo, dope set," and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, I thought," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that though. I
Yeah,
love
exactly. I mean, is that, why stay here? Why stay in New York? I mean,
I
obviously, I
mean,
know you
it's
got
the
fam.
greatest food in the world, and I'll say this: you can argue with your mother. How about that? Whatever food in the world, when you go places, you think is great, it's better in New York because someone here moved here from wherever that was and helped master that, and they mastered it here.
Nice.
There's
All right.
very few things in the world you cannot get here.
Right.
Everything
Totally.
is here.
So, what are you loving right now? Music, food, all of it. What
I'm
are
all
you
about
loving?
food, like.
What are you loving? Tell me. What about acts? Any new hip hop? What's the fucking
Yeah,
sound
there's a
now?
lot
What's
of
out there?
exciting-
What are you vibing on or
Yeah,
hyped about
every,
coming
you
out?
know, I'm still on the radio every week, so like
Yeah,
it's like
so
my
you know.
weekly mixtape. So I break a lot of artists through there. As far as New York artists, gotta shout out Lord Skull because kid's 21 years old.
Fabulous.
It's like it's almost like you open the source in '95 and he pops out of it,
Yeah.
and he's really about it.
I love how much support you guys give him too.
Yeah,
He's
we're about to drop
And he
albums.
cares about the culture like enough that you ask him about something from the 90s that he shouldn't know, and he'll know because he went back and did his research.
Right.
That's how me and Statik grew up. We're like, we wanted to know who started hip hop. Like, what year
Exactly.
did it start? Who's the first writer,
Right.
graffiti writers, breakdance? Like, who did this first? Who sampled drums for? Like, we wanted to know, and that's why
Yeah.
we love Skull because he actually cares.
Right. Yeah.
really
you guys
cares.
do the work. You
Yeah.
know your history.
He's talented, but he does his research, which
Yeah.
is really impressive to us.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
we're like, yo, you're half our age, you know?
Right.
There's a lot of people in
Yeah.
hip hop now
crazy.
that like the younger generation that like sometimes they act like ignorance is cool. It's like,
Right.
It's one thing to be like, yo, I don't give a fuck. What's up? That's
Right.
cool. But to not know about the culture you're trying to be like
Right.
make your life,
It's
that shit's
it's
corny.
never good. Yeah, you got to know.
And I meet people
In
that
and
go,
out.
yo, I'm only 30. Why should I know about the Cold Crush Brothers? Because this is why. Like, if you want to, first of all, if you were a fucking doctor, when you want to know about who invented heart surgery or who, like, what are you talking about? Like, ignorance is not cool.
Yeah, totally.
Knowledge is cool. We grew
Right.
up off KRS-One and Rakim and people being like, yo,
Yeah,
knowledge
they
is
invented
power.
that. Yeah, and knowledge is power.
Imagine
no
wanting
doubt.
to be like, I don't care and I don't want to know. So
That's cool now, though, unfortunately.
Right.
I know, but that's why when I met Mac Miller, it was refreshing that he knew
Right.
about, everything. When I met Joey Badass, like these are kids hanging out in my crib. I remember the first time I hung out with Mac Miller. And we're in my backyard in fucking Bushwick smoking a joint. And I felt weird that he was even smoking and drinking with me. He was 17, about to turn 18. And I'm like, what the fuck? I kind of felt weird about it.
Right.
And then fast forward, and now you got this kid, Joey Badass, 16, doing the same shit in my crib. Fast forward, I got like, it's just, it kept going and going. And now I'm realizing, oh shit, I'm like, this is like an incubator for what's going on
Yeah.
now.
But we were them, too.
No, of course
And
we
of
were.
We
course,
were the
yeah, no
16,
doubt.
17-year-olds hanging out with the big,
Yeah.
the OGs.
That's
And
when you
they put us on.
experiment and do it all, and take risks. I mean, so what's the future of hip hop then? Where is it going?
It's always,
I mean,
the youth is very important
the
because
youth is important, I was so impressed. Like someone showed me this cat, Infinite Coles or something. He's like a black, gay, queer cat, straight up and down doing thuggish hip hop, and I'm like, you would never see
it's
that
dope,
when
it's
we
dope,
came
but,
up, like you couldn't ever be all of these things as from our perspective and the time that we come from, it's like, wow, what
As long
a
as it's
different
dope.
time.
As long as it's not no gimmick shit.
Yeah, totally. But it's interesting to hear and see where hip hop's going, or just the future of like music in general. Like
We're in a weird place, but
yeah.
I love it. You know why? Because all the time people are like, oh, complaining about shit. It's
Right.
like all my friends are winning. Like winning.
Yeah.
Whether it's Joey or Westside or Freddie Gibbs or Alchemist or Primo, like everyone I fuck with is winning. Yeah. So I think hip hop's in a great place. There's a lot of people going through whatever they're going through. But when you stick to the fucking script and be you, I don't know no one that's not winning on my side of things.
Right.
So when I look at all these people complaining, I'm like, that's not my problem, B. Like,
Right.
you listen to my show, I still play the same shit I loved when I was that kid listening to Primo.
Right.
Still stick to the same format. It just gotta feel the way that, all the time. Sometimes it's happened a couple times where I'm like, what would the 14-year-old me feel about this right now?
Right.
And 99% of the time, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you got to do, some things that you don't want to do, but you got to do to cover something. But
Yeah.
it's very rare. Like
Yeah.
when my catalog gets looked at, 50 years from now, I'll be proud of 95% of it. 98%.
Yeah. There's some beauty in aging, getting that perspective, getting, just some awareness of what you've done, where you come from, and how it all sort of ties together and stuff. Like,
Let's talk more about New York, though, because I
tell
came
me
here.
some New York shit, B. I want to
talk
hear.
about some
Tell
New
me
York
about
shit.
some New York shit. So, how do you stay up on who's coming up and out? What's coming out of New York?
I'm not even talking about music. I'm talking about like the city.
Yeah.
And, like,
So where you gotta go you wine and dine and a lady? Where you taking her? Where you hide out so no one
Here we
sees
go.
that shit?
I got a list.
go,
You know what I mean? Where are we going?
Don't
You
tell
taking
about
me
your secrets.
uptown?
Don't
Tell
tell
me
about
some
your secrets.
secrets. Where
Ain't
we
no
going?
secrets.
You gotta
I'ma
hide
put you
out?
on.
Or you,
I got
where
spots you don't know about.
Yeah? You taking her through the park? Where are you taking ladies?
We're going to Hidden
I
Tiger.
actually
We're going
wanna-
to Hidden Tiger.
Yeah, I got the bar Hidden Tiger. Shout to Hidden Tiger. But that's not where I'm bringing the girl on a date.
Okay, where are you taking her?
No, it's a
Ladies.
great date spot. I'm just
Okay.
not going to bring her to my spot. That's be weird.
It is a nice date spot, Hidden Tiger.
Yeah, it is.
Great lighting,
All the time
guys.
I look
Great
around
lighting.
and I'll be like, oh, look at that couple right there having a great fucking time. And you know what? Sometimes you go to like these bougie ass like Michelin star restaurants and the people in there look miserable.
Yeah.
You don't see
They're
that in
spending a
Tiger.
G on
'Cause it
meals.
ain't about money. It's about internal
Experience,
happiness.
yeah, it's about
Right.
feeling.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah,
say at
so
my bar, right?
where
If
you
I see
gotta
a
go?
couple and they're not like
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I looked and saw miserable people, but let's just say I looked over
Yeah.
and I saw two people that weren't having the best time ever,
Yeah.
which is rare. I'll send them some shots. I'll
Yeah.
send them a bottle of champagne. I'll do whatever
And that could change
to
the whole
change the
vibe.
energy.
Yeah, it's nice. That's a nice vibe to
All that
do
being
that.
said,
Yeah, where you taking me?
this
Statik?
is
Where
so,
we going?
This is first of all, I'm gonna give you a little game. The number one thing, and this, you could be a guy or a girl. This would be a lot more impressive if a girl did it, for the
Okay.
record. But
Okay.
my whole thing with a girl is like, say I meet a girl, I like her. I'm like, new experiences is everything. That's what life's about.
Okay.
As soon as you stop having new experiences, and this is if you're in a relationship, it's if you're single, it's if you're a parent, all the above. As soon as you stop having new experiences, you're not living. So like the best thing you could do possibly, especially when you're dating, is put people on to things they've never done.
Yeah.
So if you go, oh, what do you like? And they say, you're like, you heard of this spot? And they say no off the rip. You don't bring them to a restaurant they've been to before. So let's just say I'm bringing you out. I kind of don't want to name drop any of these spots.
Exactly. Gatekeep that shit. That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah,
No
let's-
doubt. No doubt.
Gatekeeping is a whole different conversation. Gatekeeping is one of the most important things in the world. We got to the place now where people are like, they're like, oh, gatekeeping's for this and that. Nah, gatekeeping is necessary on every level.
Yes.
And there's two different kinds of gatekeeping. There's gatekeeping where you're like not putting people into restaurants.
Right.
But there's also gatekeeping and being like, not everybody can't go.
Yes. That's
For real.
Exactly.
Like-
for sure.
Not everybody deserves to be on the
Exactly.
radio or in this party
Exactly.
or that. And as soon as it became a everybody can go attitude out here, the
Exactly.
shit got corny.
Exactly.
Pay your
right.
dues, earn your spot.
No doubt. I
Make your
came up
relationships.
same thing. Like, yo, you can't get in the club. There's a door guy here, and he's telling you no.
And there's someone
that's it,
watching this right
you
now
know?
like, that's fucked up. Why
Right.
can't I?
Suck
Earn
a
your
dick.
fucking spot.
Exactly.
Make your relationships. Like, as soon as it became
100%.
an everybody can go thing, The internet
Whack.
did that.
The internet did that.
Because now there's
Everyone thinks
podcasters
they're
talking about
privileged
this.
to that. Exactly.
Yesterday, I checked the fuck out
Or
of
then they
something.
try to check you and get your like, me too you or
They'll be
something.
like, you're an elitist.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
goddamn right I am.
It's like, exactly.
I fucking,
I don't
like,
wanna
I
be
got
in
my
this room
skill
with
level
you.
this high. Like, for real. I like pay your fucking dues and get on the level.
Yeah, no
But to
doubt.
think that anyone can do anything,
Right.
anyone can do everything if you pay the fucking dues and do it the right way.
Exactly,
But
right.
to think just because you exist, you deserve something,
it.
fuck out of here. I hate that shit.
No, 100%
And that's
right.
the mentality of a lot of people.
I wish that we looked at like doing music the way that we look at other professions. Like you wouldn't let somebody just say, "Hey, I want to be a heart surgeon." Like I want to.
No, it's like, hey, I want to play 101 with
I
Michael
wanna be
Jordan.
a surgeon.
The
And
fuck
it's
out
like,
of here.
cool.
Can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine. You want to be a surgeon? Yeah, go fucking
It's a
work on this
10-year
person's brain.
journey,
It's
kid.
like,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Like, bro, this kid like bought equipment when he was 14
Yeah.
and practiced for like 10 years straight
Exactly.
and got to the level where he worked.
got it.
worked
But there's
on
people
it.
that did that
Exactly.
too that still don't belong in the conversation.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for-
everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
'cause
the
I
internet
agree.
is what did it. It's like these
they
people
ruined
made
everything.
they can make themselves their own star
And
or
there's
whatever.
people that respond to that and they'll
we
go,
used to-
well, what if you prefer, like, they'll be like, what if the internet wasn't here? I was striving without the internet.
Exactly,
Let's get it
totally.
popping. Let's delete
Exactly.
that.
Well, that's
I'm
what's
saying
nice
this, you
about
know.
going to the club now or going to something and like the phones. Put the
Clubs
phone
are
away.
dead.
Let me make.
Let's
let
talk
me
about
make a
that. The
fucking
clubs are dead.
And clubs, yeah. What's club
Club
culture?
culture.
I would say
What's
this
up
last
with club
night,
culture?
right? Last
Yeah.
night, Cliff walked up and was like, "Hey, no, I want
That's
to say
not
something-
club culture.
I wanna
I'm
say
talking about
something
the big-
positive,
the
though.
big
I want to say
clubs.
something positive. Last night, people were dancing in the
Right.
Tiger, and Cliff walked up. He's one of the owners, the owner. He
Yeah.
walked up and was like, "Yo, I noticed everybody's dancing. Nobody has their phone out."
And me and Term are on our phones.
We were the
Right.
only ones,
You
but
two
he was like,
jerkies.
"Yo, I noticed that everybody's
Yeah.
having a good time," and I was
that's
like,
what it should be.
See,
I was like,
that's
"Damn,
right.
dope!" Like because it's so rare
Yeah.
to see, let's say 50 people,
Totes.
20, 30, 40, 50 people dancing. Nobody's on their phone, having a good time, and it
Exactly.
felt good because
It's
it
a
still
beautiful thing.
exists.
It's fucking dope.
Still
More
exists,
of
but
that
we gotta-
shit. Like more
But tell
Dave
them,
Chappelle.
no,
Lock them phones up, throw them in the locker, and
Just to point it out,
you know.
it was an older crowd, though. I feel like if it was a younger
Yeah.
crowd,
Okay, that's fine.
all
Well,
the
look,
crowd
remember
wants to
when-
get
remember-
out and release themselves
they
and
wanna
dance.
hang
And
out.
like,
Remember when we went to
Exactly.
see Dave Chappelle? They took the phone away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
Yeah,
I'm saying that
exactly.
that's actually a good
the-
idea, so you can be in the moment.
that's not
Totally.
why they take the phone away, though. They take
Right.
the
No,
phone
it's
away
not
so
why.
that
So you can
comedians
be
can practice
real.
the same
Exactly.
routine and master it
And
so
you
that
don't
when it
leave
hits
the show
Netflix.
and-
Right.
But it's just a
it's
good
also so
idea.
that you can. The idea today, the poor kids, they don't have a chance to fucking make a mistake. They don't have a chance to just
Yeah, because they
be
make a mistake
fuck-off.
and they get famous on Instagram for making a mistake.
They make a mistake. You're right. Someone's filming it. Someone's checking it. Someone's posting it. Someone's doing it. Like you can't
Even
just be
themselves.
a fucking
They'll
dick.
post
You
themselves.
can't be. You can't dick off and make mistakes, which
Right.
is like our youth. We had that. Like
Right.
it just you have
Oh,
a
yeah.
chance to
yeah,
fuck
but we
around.
also grew up
you
in the
know?
era where they were like, you get one first impression, and that's true. It is.
That's true. That's true. But we also grew where there was time, like what all this stuff you're saying. You pay your dues, you climb this ladder, you get somewhere. These cats burn that shit to the ground. They want to be at the
Right
top
away, they
out
jump.
of from
They
one
jump.
thing, you
Know what's
know. And it's like, you know,
the funny word is bedroom DJ.
Ooh, what-
Bedroom DJ. You've never heard that?
no, I don't know. Bedroom
Oh, people be like,
DJ.
you're a bedroom DJ.
Oh.
That's what makes people good when they practice enough to when they actually step out of the bedroom, they're ready to rock. Bedroom DJ
they're-
means
it's
like
like
you've
they're
never
sitting
DJ in
there.
a club. You're there practicing.
You're practicing.
Let's take it back to that.
Exactly.
Because nowadays people like will show up and be like, I'm ready to DJ. You got a controller? It's like, nah, we don't. Not at our spot. We ain't got no controller. You got to know how to use turntables. If you don't know how, go
You're
down the
not
block
here,
to
yeah.
a dive bar or some
Right,
shit.
some other shit.
You got to know how to DJ. And
Right.
I'm very, me and my partner kind of beef about that sometimes. Even though he's on the same wavelength, he'll be like, "Well, we need to pack it out Saturday night," and this girl's 21 years old,
Right.
and she wants to plug in the controller, and I'm like, "Nah, man,
Right.
not all money's good money. These people come in." And they'll plug in the controller and stink up the whole vibe in the spot. And there might be 5 people that came from Norway because they heard the bar is like an international
right.
hip hop bar, and they come in. This chick's train wrecking a fucking trance song. No, I don't want that. I'd rather have the spot have 20 people in it,
Right.
and making less money and keep our fucking identity.
Yeah, it's your
It is what it
integrity.
is.
Yeah, totally. But what does it mean when you plug in the controller that they like planned their set or they're just
No,
like
they're just
like
not-
it's
they're
is
not
that
even DJing. They're
Serato
pressing
kind of stuff?
play.
Or
There's
how's
the skill.
There's
Right.
no mixing going on.
Right.
There's no.
There's no like connecting to the next thing.
And
like
not
the
every. I'm
connection.
not saying everybody who's a controller can't DJ, but
Right.
most of them can.
Right.
I have a controller.
Right.
On the radio every week, I use a controller. I've got a controller in my crib. I also have fucking 4 pairs of Technique 1200s.
Right.
And the best DJ booth in the city in my bar, and I hold that. I'll battle anyone. We got the best DJ booth in the city.
You
we got
heard?
an S11.
You heard?
We got the new Pioneer turntables.
You heard?
Where you don't need needles. You can DJ
No needles.
without needles, like with Serato and all that. Or
Right.
you can use needles and play vinyl.
Right.
We have it all.
You have
gotta
it
know
all.
how to DJ.
I got a question for you, Statik. So how do you?
Yes, Static.
as
I got
deal-
questions too.
Yeah.
How do I be static?
Sorry. As dealing with
Terminology radio.
No, but there's something because
Friends from Lawrence.
I'm hearing you talk
Lawrence.
and I'm thinking, right? As being like such a purist and such a great DJ and like a pioneer in the culture of like 30 years of like being a respected DJ, but you're a bar owner in New York City. How do you deal with saying the young person who has a following wants to plug in the controller? Like, do you move on with, like, how do you deal with moving on with the times and saying, nah, that's not good for me?
All right. The honest answer to that is if someone's dope, they're dope. We'll put something over the turntables, you can plug in the controller. Guess what? It's never fucking happened. Ever. Every single time.
So you'll give them a chance, but if they're not
Yes,
good,
but
they're
not
good.
anymore. Not anymore.
Oh,
unless
no,
they're
right.
like, unless they have like a real.
I just honestly wanted to know, like, if you're a bar
I'm telling
owner
you
in
right
New
now,
York City,
no one has ever shown up and had us change the setup and impressed us in any way. There's never like a good outcome.
Right.
Every time I have a bad feeling about something,
Damn.
so you tried it and it didn't work.
Damn.
it's never.
Right.
It's never happened where someone's like, oh, I don't know how to use like our turntables. Basically, like I said, you don't need needles. You can literally just Serato reads it. You don't need like if you don't know how to do that. I've never seen someone show up and kill it that didn't know how to do that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
hey, let me know where it's happening because I've never seen it.
Right.
I know there's people that kill it on controllers. A lot of my friends do. Like I said, I do once in a while.
Yeah.
But I have not seen it ever. I've never seen
I
someone
feel
go.
like we gotta
So
move
they
up.
gonna
gotta
change the
learn
DJ
the,
booth.
the turntables is the
Right.
bottom
They
line.
stink it the fuck
Be the bedroom DJ. Get your fucking time in and learn the craft.
But I'm
learn the
not
craft.
saying there's not people in the world that can do it good on controllers. I'm just
Right.
saying I've not seen it in my spot. Every single time someone pulls up with a $400 toy controller, they suck. Every time.
Right.
And the energy's off. They might bring a whole.
Because it's the
They might bring a
feeling, you're
whole crowd
saying.
with them.
Right.
They bring.
But there's something
100
about
people.
the feel.
Awesome. You're stinking up the fucking vibes.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
most of the time when people play good music, they know how to do transitions and shit.
Yeah.
Usually it's just the people playing like the copy and paste, playlist.
Right.
They suck.
Yeah.
I'd love to find a new DJ that blew my fucking mind with how dope they are.
Right.
Happens very rarely.
For me, I'm of the old timey, DJing, like where they played the whole song, the whole record. Like for me, I feel like new cats, they change the song too quickly. They're transitioning from one song to the next, and I heard 10 seconds of a song. I don't even get to have the whole song. Like that seems
Because
like
we had an era where like the Clark Kents and the Kid Capris and all that were killing it doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then other people were like, oh, I'm going to do that. But they don't know how to do it.
Right.
They don't do it at the right part of the song.
Right,
They don't let
exactly.
enough play. Like
enough of it.
Transition isn't smooth.
you can
Yeah.
do that if you know what you're doing. Like you
Right.
got to like play the right part of the hook, the bridge.
Right.
Like use it as a transition. Use it as a tool.
Yeah,
They don't
like,
do that.
Take
They'll be
me
like-
on a journey.
You're like,
They're
"Oh, I
just
love
like
this song.
and then
Next
it's
song.
gone.
What the fuck?"
Exactly. I'm like, what the fuck? And then that makes me feel like I'm just old. Like, oh, they used to play the song. Like
You know
now
what
I don't
kills
even
me?
get any
when
of the
somebody's
song.
playing a song and they're about to play the great part and they cut it off. And
Yeah,
you're like,
exactly.
"Oh,
That's what I'm
that
saying.
That was
Exactly.
Prodigy's verse. What do you?
Exactly.
How you cut it
Exactly.
there? Like that kills me.
All right, Static. I want to be you. What do I do?
You don't want to be.
I want to be you. So do I drop the drum beat first, or do I put
beat?
the sample first
beat.
when
I'm
I'm
always
making a
sample
beat?
first.
You do the. See,
Even
that's
if
what
I
I'm saying.
delete the sample later and there's like live music on it,
Yeah, what comes
samples
first?
always first. Always.
Samples first, and then
Out of 4,000 beats, I might have started with the drums 5 times out of 4,000. Like
see now it could be you.
very rare.
Because you hear the groove first and then you see where the percussion comes.
Right.
It also comes from being a DJ. It's like I'm inspired by sounds. So I might be in a on a date in a restaurant and I Shazam something.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, yo, we gotta go to the studio real quick. And I go back and chop that up and it might be the biggest record of my life.
You see? Okay, so now I know how to be you. What?
Go on a
anything
date and
that-
make some beats.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Last. So the parents are visiting. your baby mama's parents are visiting. Where do you take them in New York?
They're from New York.
Okay, so where do you take your parents? They're visiting.
My dad's dead. Nah.
So where you taking
My mom
somebody?
lives in New York. I moved into
Okay.
New York at 70 years old. Who's
see?
done that? Who moved their mother to Williamsburg at 70 years old?
She's having the best time of her life.
She's loving it.
I love Mama Static.
All right.
She's
So-
No, but no one's done that. Not except no one's moved their mother to Williamsburg. Maybe like to live with them. I'm talking
Right.
about she has her own crib.
Right, or maybe
all
to the
that.
Bronx.
I
or
retired my
something, but-
mom. She had cancer. She beat it. I said, yo, you're done.
Amazing.
Come be with your granddaughter and me. And
Okay.
my mom will be in the club. You'll see her. You've seen her
Mama
around. I'm
Static
sure.
be
So where?
outside. God
Yeah, I'm
bless
just
her.
trying to find out where you're going with people in New York. Where are you taking Mom Dukes?
See, it's hard. All right, so she'll come to any club with me, any party. But when it comes to food, she sucks because she doesn't like sushi. I'm heavy with sushi.
Okay.
It's not even that she doesn't like it. She won't
don't
try
you take her
it.
to brunch
Right.
on Sundays? Where do you
Every
take her to
Sunday
brunch?
we
Take
go to
her on
brunch.
nice nature
Every-
walks
no,
where
through
do you
Central
take her to
Park.
brunch?
We eat good.
Where do you take her to brunch on Sundays?
Different places every week.
Right. see
We go
what
to
I'm
Little
saying?
Frankie's a lot. She likes Little
Okay,
Frankie's.
that's classic joint.
Classic.
What about when you need a little inspo for yourself, Static? You take a walk along the waterfront. You hit Central Park.
live
Where
on
you
the
going?
waterfront.
So I'm saying, where you
I
go? Where
literally
you
look out
need
the
a little
window.
nature hit? What you do? What do you
I
got
haven't
to
been
do?
to Central Park in a long time.
So what do you do when
But
you
I live
need
on
to?
the water, so like me and my daughter bike ride a lot. We,
Okay.
my kid is my like everything.
Okay.
So-
she inspires you.
In a million ways. Like
She makes those new beats come to mind.
she actually has 2 co-production credits on the 2 Chainz album that's about to come out. She's
Shout
ill.
out.
She's ill. She puts me on this shit all the time.
Okay, good.
And if you ask her, like she's 10 years old.
Okay,
Ask her her favorite music right now. She's gonna say Nirvana, Metallica,
sick.
Tyler the Creator.
Right.
She's 10.
Right, not just hip hop.
She
What's the
doesn't
first
even like
hip hop
hip-hop
song?
like that.
Does she like any hip? What's the
She
first
likes
hip hop
Tyler.
you'd play
She
for
likes
her?
Tyler.
Okay.
Well, no, she sees like it's Uncle Primo, it's Uncle Joey, it's
Right.
Uncle Al.
Yeah,
That's
sweet.
hip-hop.
Aw.
She grew up in it.
Right, she's just in it, but she doesn't then say she's
She
mad
knows
into hip
about it.
hop.
She's just not the biggest hip hop fan.
Right, right,
You know
right.
why though? Because she'll be in her room, trying to watch a show, and I'll be in the other room. Shade 45. Boom, 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 boom. Like she'll be
Dropping
like, Dad,
bombs.
turn it down. I'll be like, mind your business.
Right,
She grew up in it.
right.
Like,
Outside of hip hop, what do you like to listen to?
jazz. That's all I listen to.
Okay.
John Coltrane, Ahmad Jamal,
Mm-hmm.
Roy Ayers.
Gorgeous.
I only listen to jazz and R&B. I'm like super, and it's funny because me and Erykah Badu have this new friendship now, and I've been like obsessed with her for 20 years.
We
and
all are.
We just randomly got cool recently,
Sweet.
and she'll like text me like, "Hey, I'm in the record store saying what up." Like, what the fuck is real right now?
Right.
She's awesome.
Sick.
So,
So you're buying vinyl too then?
what?
I'm asking. You're buying vinyl. You can be into jazz, but not buying records. I don't know. You're
We've been
buying.
buying
I've
records
spent
since the
more money on
90s.
records than I would say. I'll put this. I guarantee I spend more money on records than any producer in the last like probably 10 years.
Wow. And
Not
where-
like the levels like. So I used to. Tip don't tour no more, but if he does, I'm sure I'll go out with him. I was Q-Tip's DJ on a couple world tours, and I'd go out with him, and he'd spend $3,000 on a random Saturday at a record spot.
Right.
And I'd be like, what the fuck? I couldn't understand it because 1, I was broke. But 2, I just couldn't understand buying that many records. at
Yeah,
once.
but-
Now I do that shit all the time.
Right.
Like I have the illest record deal in the world. Shout out to Gene Brown. He'll come through. I have like
Are there any?
I
record
spent a
stores
lot of
in
money
New
on-
York even?
What?
Where are you going? Yeah.
That's
What?
a
Tell
wild
me. Come on.
You
Tell
can
me.
go, you can go broke if you care.
You can.
you know how many
okay.
record
Hair?
stores are in New York
I hope
still?
so.
Go, bro.
That makes me
Vinyl
good.
sells
So
more
tell
now
me.
than ever.
Okay.
in
So
history.
what's the record store shout out?
You got to shout out A5. You got to A1. I'm bugging A1. Hey, that's how much steak I eat. A5. Shout out to A1. Shout out to man. I don't want to be this politics with
Gatekeeping.
No.
I'm
It's
just
okay.
kidding. Okay, right. That's fine, but good. Thank God there's record stores, and I love that you're buying fucking vinyl.
I don't want to shout nobody out that charge me too much. There's a lot of record stores.
All
A
right.
lot of record
All
stores.
right, random fact.
Okay, tell me.
In America, 48 million vinyl was sold in 2025.
Wow.
It's up
more
9%.
than ever.
It's up
Right.
9% from last
Yeah.
year.
That's so
And
good.
it's over the last 18 years, it's grown every year.
And what's that?
100%
That's just the
48 million
tactileness?
copies
Like-
were sold. So if everyone is $30, $40,
Right.
$50, like
Right.
That's
depend-
all new vinyl. That's not even
know.
including used vinyl.
Right.
That's
all new
crazy.
vinyl.
That
Right.
means that there's a resurgence, right?
Right.
Because there was a time when it kind of
Beautiful.
died.
Yeah, I
Like,
know, no
we've
doubt.
been putting out music
Exactly.
for
It's like
20 years.
magazines died and
Right,
you
we
know,
had
print
there was a time where
newspapers
vinyl
died.
was lit, and then it went down and went up and went
Yeah.
down, and right now it's more lit than it's ever been.
Sick. So your
Because-
collection's worth mad dough
Yeah,
then.
it's
Oh, I got
Statik.
a lot of records.
All right. So what's on your bucket list for 26? What are you making? What's the
My
main
album with
goal?
2 Chainz that we literally started 10 years ago is about to come out, and it's like it's my. I can't say too much about it because it's still like a mystery to a lot of people, but to me it's like my magnum opus. It's my. It's nothing but legendary features. To me, it's like if 2 Chainz made like a Reasonable Doubt, this is what that is to me. But every record, like almost, I would say every record on the album could be a single. That's how great it's really great.
And that's dropping this year.
It's dropping really soon.
Sick. Okay. Well, we'll look out for that.
Yeah, we made it all over the world too. Like we made it in the Bahamas and LA. We made it like all over the world. So this is like something that
You're super proud of.
I'm super. I wish I could talk about. Like if I told you the features on there,
Yeah.
we've talked about some of the people already. Like
Sure.
these are people that I idolized,
Oh,
and they're on there.
that's beautiful. That's your legacy right there, right?
Yeah.
What are you're most proud of from your anthology of all of
Working
your
with
work?
Nas, with Eminem, with of course, like all the, my friends that ain't here no more. Like I got depressed for a while because when I started album, I used to call Sean Price immediately. I'd hit a Prodigy, Mac Miller. These guys are all gone, and it's like,
yeah.
imagine taking like every album I did, like for a long time, those 3 would be on every album, and it's like taking away my like chess pieces and asking me to play the game. It's fucked up. So,
I mean, that's like the whole essence of what we're doing right now. You're talking to friends from New York. You brought your best friend. There's nothing like it when you have a friend to turn to, right? Yeah, that's
like,
tough.
These guys were like Sean was at the crib more than, I don't even want to say weekly. He was there so much it was like taking away part of your life.
And it's the energy that you can't replace.
Yeah.
Like Sean Price will come and say something that you'll never hear from nobody else, and you needed to hear it. And it's like,
Yeah.
damn, thank you, bro. You
That's
know?
what friends
DJs
are
too,
for, man.
Clark.
I mean, the Clark thing. This
so many.
Forte thing really floored me. Like,
I never even
I
met him.
wasn't
That's the
even
craziest
ready.
part. The whole story, like
really?
him going to school there and all that, never met him ever.
wow.
I had a great experience with him in Martha's Vineyard. I did a show with
He
him.
lived there. That's where he passed.
amazing.
I did a show with him, and when I met him, he just got out of jail. It was like, you know,
Got pardoned by George Bush.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's
That's
crazy.
true.
He got out of jail, let's say like a year before, around there. And when I met him, I was like, yo, nice to meet you. I'm Termanology. He's like, you're Termanology? Yo. He's like, I know who you are. He's like, yo, you're dope. And I was like, nice to meet you. We took a picture. We chilled. We did a show with Talib Kweli. We had a great night. It was me, him, and Talib. And that was the only time I met him, but he was such a positive person.
Yeah.
And because he
Gorgeous.
got like a bad case, he kind of got a bad rap where people are like, oh, he's a drug dealer or whatever the case. But he was actually a really good spirit. He was a great
Meanwhile, they
person.
idolize all the other guys that talk about selling drugs and probably never even did it.
Right.
But they judged the
But
guy
I mean,
that
he
got
really,
caught.
okay,
Right, he got caught,
okay,
yeah.
But he sold drugs. Who cares?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
The government sells drugs. That's neither here nor there. But I say that to say he
it's
was a great
wild.
spirit.
Yeah,
Rest
yeah,
in peace.
totally.
He
Yeah.
was nice.
Beautiful
When I met
soul.
him, he was really cool. And
But yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing is you got to hold on to your friends because from one minute to the next, they're fucking out. And you just
crazy.
never know. So you got to live, to your fullest. And I don't know, I try to laugh every day and have fun. What about you? What kind of motto you live by, Statik?
I mean, like I said, new experience is really big because sometimes I'll get like, especially when you're a parent. I'm a single parent. That like when I'm with my kid, I'm with my kid, and you get in the zone of doing homework and all that, and I love all that. But sometimes, like especially in wintertime,
Yeah.
you get like kind of what's the word? You get like in a certain pattern that you forget how crazy it is outside. And that's why my life's ill, because like Monday through Thursday, I'm off the grid with my kid. And then Thursday through Monday, I'm in Miami or DR or LA or wherever. And it's like,
Hidden Tiger.
so it's like, yeah.
Or there.
But, you know what's crazy? I was just thinking about this when we talk about John Forte and
Yeah.
Mac. And I used to call my dad all the time and just like brag about shit. Even though, like, I'd be like, yo, I'm in Australia with fucking this guy or this guy, you know, with Nas, and my dad would be like, oh yeah, well, what about? And we'd like get into it, and he passed last year, and then almost to the identical date this year, my brother passed.
Oh my God.
And it's like,
I'm so sorry.
almost every day, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna text like Harley got an A on her math test, and I'm like, oh wait. Sometimes it hits you like fuck. So I really like value my mom. I value Term. I value like people in my life that you can like kind of toast to the wins, because the older you get, there's less people to cheers with.
I know.
So you got to enjoy that.
You got to enjoy and be in the present. Be with
Love
these
yours,
people now.
J. Cole. One of my favorite
What's it
songs.
mean to be a friend from New York, you guys? It means all these things. It's so good.
It means you're an asshole, but your love is real. No, that's what it means. It's like that's the best part about New York. It's like, yo, nobody's gonna be go out of their way to be nice. Like you don't deserve no respect, but you don't lose respect. And like you know what I mean? Like it's like a given thing. Like you don't.
New York makes you tough, but it gives you a different type of respect because you got to earn it.
It just is what it is on face value.
Yeah.
You don't lose respect unless you lose it, but you don't earn it until you earn it. So it's like
exactly.
it's the gray area.
Yeah.
And I love that.
It's the hustle, the grit, the fucking, it's the whole thing.
Nobody cares, kid.
Nobody cares.
Get him out of here.
Nobody fucking cares. Well, it was great to chat with you guys, and I love seeing fucking best friends hang.
Yeah.
And that you came through Termanology. I appreciate it.
I love
and,
this guy,
I wish I was more prepared. I would have asked you more
No, it's
questions.
cool. I'll
and
come
stuff,
back another
but
time, and I'll be the
please.
main, and I'll bring bro, and we'll
Thank you
we'll do
guys.
that. But
And I'm hoping maybe you can share
Keep
like a
going,
mixtape.
go some of the
with me.
best parties. And like,
Thank you. I
Static was
appreciate it.
excited to come here, and that's what made me
I say no
excited.
to every podcast.
No, for
I'm
real.
not doing them no more
When he
because-
said we're going to a podcast, I was like,
Everybody
what?
got a fucking podcast now.
No,
and it's
I
like,
was
for
shocked.
what?
I was shocked. Last night he said we're going to a podcast. I was like, what? He's like, no, it's dope. It's dope. I was like, okay.
And off the rip, I usually say, "Oh, I'll do it when my album's dropping," because I don't like doing
Something
shit
to
like
talk
this
about.
unless it's around something. This is just around you're the
Culture.
best. So
He was
Oh,
excited. to
good
come
looking
here.
out, man. I appreciate it. And you guys make it something by showing up, being there. Yeah, showing face and participating in the culture. Being
I
there
gotta
and
shout
wanting
out
to
a couple
see.
people that, because we're talking about New York, and it's
Yes.
very important that I shout them out.
Please do. I
I
appreciate
gotta
it.
shout out Tony Touch, who's my daughter's uncle, by the way.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
He was like,
I've been hounding him.
I've known Tony since I
Okay.
was a kid. Like he was a big part of when I moved to New York, especially Bushwick.
Yeah.
Shout to Destroy. Shout to Lord Sear, who when I first moved here, Sear brought me everywhere. Like, or better yet, I brought him, but he was
Yeah.
showing me
Sear,
everywhere.
boy.
Good.
Shout out to
Puerto Rico Rob.
Puerto Rico Rob.
All right.
I don't want to like
I
forget.
wanted, I
anyone.
wanted to know your posse. I wanted to
Yeah,
know
Chris,
who
shout out
you're
to Chris.
rolling right.
Chris was early.
Who's your posse?
I don't want to like
Static.
leave nobody out. I'm just trying to think of like the New York OGs that like put me on. I gotta shout out Graham Oliver, rest in peace. I'm trying to think of on the DJ level.
How do you make a mixtape today? What do the kids
Al
do? They
Lindstrom.
making mixtapes?
At least
Yeah, but Al's not from New York.
Oh, no, but he showed love when he
Nah,
moved
it's
here.
love. Shout out to Al. If we're gonna do that, I can shout out a million
Okay,
people.
all right, yeah.
I'm talking about New York cats that like embraced me when I moved here.
Exactly. Who's giving you your breaks? Who's getting you in the rooms? Who's like, bringing you through? Saying you're the man.
I'm trying to think of
Giving
the
you those
mixtape
breaks.
era, like when we were really like, oh, shout out my man Biz. Biz is from Queensbridge,
QB
right?
Biz.
He grew up with Nas and all that, Mobb Deep, and he's in a lot of all the old like Illmatic clips.
Okay.
But when I moved to New York, I used to do marketing with. Shout out to Mike Moves, he ain't from here, but he hired me out here, and Biz worked with me, and I didn't know Biz. Like I met him right before I moved here, but he was he would literally have me drive from the Bronx. So I moved to the Bronx and I moved here. He would have me
That's
drive
hard.
from the Bronx to Queensbridge every day to pick him up.
Wow.
And I'd pick him up, we go in the city, and he's the one that showed me the Coliseum. He's the one that showed me so many places to bring my mixtapes, and he knew everybody.
Right.
So he was like a cheat code with a lot. Biz is a big, I'm happy
big.
I shot
I'm
him.
glad you did that because that's what I wanted
Yeah.
to know. I wanted to know who was helping, open those doors for
That's
you,
a
give you
huge-
some
There was
breaks.
no iTunes. You physically had to bring your mixtape.
Exactly.
So
You
that
had
was
to fucking
important.
want it.
Yeah, that was
Everything
important.
that we came up on, you had to want it, dream it, see it, and it
Yeah.
make it
No
happen,
Spotify,
manifest
none
it.
of that. Like you physically had to bring a mixtape to the DJs, like to the
Yeah.
record store, and be like, "Yo, buy 5 of these, buy 10 of these, buy 20 of these."
Exactly.
That was it.
Yeah.
It's so
and maybe that
crazy
shit's coming back. Vinyl's coming in hard. People want to get off their phones. People want to hang out and shit.
Yeah.
Maybe the
People
club
want
culture's
tangible
gonna come.
stuff now. Like
Yeah.
they'll put value on a
Yeah.
$40 item that they can
Yeah.
have and put up versus a free stream.
Right.
Like somebody will DM you every day. Listen to my link.
Right.
You're like, you don't even want to hear it because a million people asked you that.
Right.
But if you buy something you actually want, you're like, yo, I like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Mac Miller album, I like this. I
nice.
want this. This makes
Exactly.
me feel happy to own. And
I want to
that.
wrap it up for us. Statik, can you do me one favor? Can you just introduce yourself, your name, and say you're a friend from New York?
What up, y'all? Statik Selektah, the show off. I'm a friend in New York who's now officially a New Yorker. I've been here for 20-something years.
You're from New York.
But I'll never say from New York because I ain't trying to get that smoke with y'all. But I love New York City. I'm from here now. But I'm not from here.
You're
Love.
from here now. We love you. You're a friend from New York.
I was
kid.
buying mixtapes I was buying vinyl at Fat Beats when I was 14 when a lot of y'all didn't know what fucking
Fat Beats.
what a record player was. Beat it.
Beat 'em. All right. Good looking. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time.